To What the Wrestling, the podcast where you break down the biggest moments, hottest takes, and the wildest stories from the world of pro wrestling. Whether you're a diehard fan or just stepping into the squared circle, we're here to give you the real scoop on everything happening in the ring.
I'm your host, RJD, and we're about to take a ride through the latest and greatest in pro wrestling. Get ready for all our hot takes, deep dives, and all the wrestling you never knew you needed.
Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button and join What the Wrestling family so you never miss an episode. Now let's step into the ring.
You're listening to the What the Wrestling Podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is. AEW, everybody. AEW Dynamite review. We are here to talk about AEW. What happened? Was it a good show? Was it a bad show? We are about to get into all of that. No updates to the channel. We already know we're going to keep the ball rolling. Nothing to report, so we're going to keep it pushing. With that being said, let us not waste any more time. Let's go. Yes. Tis I, RJD here. Tis I, RJD here. Welcome to What the Wrestling, the show that brings you all things wrestling. Once again, I'm your host, RJD, and we are here to talk about AEW Dynamite. Hit the like button. Listen, we got everybody rocking out with the shorts. I just want to say thank you to each and everybody who's liking the video, liking the shorts, and people are starting to watch the videos too. Listen, can't just like the shorts now. Gotta actually watch the long form content when I drop it. So, appreciate each and every one of you. 150 by the end of the month. Like I said, we are currently at 90 something. I think 95 or something like that. 150 by the end of the month. We got 10 days to do it. So, we got 7 days to do it. I believe we can do it. I got a bunch more content coming out. What the Wrestling News Brief, as always. And we got Collision and SmackDown on either Sunday afternoon or Saturday afternoon. So look out for that. So I appreciate y'all, man. That's all I can say. I'm grateful, I'm thankful, and I'm here. Now, let's talk about AEW. So, we had a good show. Not as good as what they've been doing last couple of weeks, but it's been a good show, so we're not going to sit here and take a dump on AEW. It was a good show, and we're going to give credit where credit is due. So, first things first, this show started off hot and then kind of tapered off from there, but the show was all right. First thing we're going to talk about is Hangman and MJF. These two, Don DeMarco, What we needed, why is this acting crazy now? Come on, don't start acting crazy with me now. So, MJF, Hangman, these guys obviously don't like each other. But the good thing about this is these two, this is a good feud for right now because we needed this feud, man. We needed this feud. We needed these two guys to come at each other. We needed these two guys to come at each other and start talking junk. And we needed, Hangman should be the world champion. We all know this, but MJF has kind of been Jeff Jarrett in the middle of everything, not really going up, down, left, right. We really don't know. But at the end of the day, now we have these two face to face, and I think they've only faced each other once. But at the end of the day, this is the feud we need. This is giving me Swerve and Hangman vibes. We need two day ones to go at each other and make a feud out of it. 6 months, 8 months, a year, who cares? Let's just get these two fighting each other and talking that talk, talking junk. And listen, MJF and Hangman are two different people on the mic. I'm not going to sit up here and say Hangman is not good on the mic. That's blasphemy.
You stupid.
But not everybody is like MJF on the mic or like a CM Punk on the mic. Like, so it's different levels. And MJF is great on the sticks. We already know. And even he said it in a promo. All I needed was this microphone. All I had was this microphone and me. That's it. But Hangman is intense. And when you have somebody who's intense, they don't need to be like, everybody could be themselves and bring what they have to the dance. So Hangman brought the intensity. And when he speaks with a commanding presence. We already know he's got the crazy-eyed look. I love the drunk Hangman. I love the I'm gonna burn your house down Hangman. Now we have the psychopathic Hangman. So shout out to this brother. And this was a good back and forth. To sum it all up, MJF said, listen, I beat you for the Dynamite Diamond Ring, and I've been this holder ever since. And Hangman said, listen, at the end of the day, you don't sound happy. Why is that? Because you're not happy? Why are you not happy? Because the fans don't like you. And he got all upset. He said, shut up. And then he, being MJF, talked about Christopher Daniels. And he said, why? Because he started shitting on Christopher Daniels. And then he told him, no, you shut up. You don't mention him. He has given his life to this industry. He can out wrestle anybody. He is one of the best people of all time. And if it wasn't for him, none of us would be here. So they both were digging at each other, which is what we like to see. They both were digging at each other, and they had to have no physicality, or otherwise they were going to get fined. But no physicality. But they pushed each other's buttons, which was real good. And he says the one thing, he said, I have lied, Hangman. And I believe somebody else said this. It might have been Paul Heyman. I think I remember Heyman saying this back in the day. Quote me, don't quote me, but quote me in the chat if I'm right or wrong. He was like, I've lied many, many times. I've lied to everybody, but I've never lied to the people. He said, so what? And MJF didn't like that. He was like, I have no idea why these people like you. He said, you're the person who tried to end Christopher Daniels. You're the person who burned a man's house down. You're the person who stuck a syringe in somebody's mouth. And the fans were like, yeah, every time he did that, they were like, yeah, we love you. So MJF was like, these people love you for being a sick, sadistic bastard, but yet they hate me, and you're a liar, and I'm a liar. I'm the scumbag. Everybody knows that. But you lie all the time. And Hangman said, I've never lied to the people. And that was it. And so MJF, you know what? They had a stare down. They looked at each other. And then MJF was about to leave. No physicality. He turns around and spits on the Hangman. Hangman's about to go crazy and kill him. And then everybody jumps in the middle of it. And that was great. I can't wait for these two to beat the crap out of each other. Hangman versus MJF, booked for Revolution. Take my mother effing money. That's going to be a fantastic match. That might open the show, actually. If it opens the show, I could see Hangman losing because MJF cheats and then they run it back again, and Hangman gets his win back, and then they have a third match, and maybe that propels Hangman to get the title. But if Darby is coming back to get the title after he climbs Mount Everest, then I guess we have to see, because we don't really know where the title picture is going to go. I don't see Adam Copeland getting it, Mr. Cope. I don't see him getting the title, but then again, I don't see Darby getting the title because we don't know what type of state Darby's going to be in after he climbs the mountain. So please be safe, Darby. Please be safe. But could it go to Hangman? Could it go? I mean, who knows? I don't know. So we need to see what's going to happen. And I think that title needs to come off. That title needs to come up off of Mr. Moxley real quick, because it's kind of dragging the product down right now. But this was a good exchange back and forth. I love it. Please take my money. We had the Ops versus the Patriarchy. Pretty much a good solid match. Nick Wayne went for Wayne's World, but got caught in the red rum. Shibata had somebody in a chokehold on the outside. And then Christian ran in there, and Samoa Joe, after doing a crazy tope suicida. Shout out to Big Man Joe. We had a flying Samoa Joe in this show. I was like, Joe, be careful, Joe. We don't need you getting hurt. We had a flying. I mean, if you get hit with Samoa Joe flying that fast, it's like you are dead. But we had a flying Samoa Joe. After that, he got back in the ring. Hook had somebody in the red room, and Nick Wayne, I believe it was. And then Christian got in and said, you know what?
Nope.
Nah, I'm good. I'm out of here. So that's an L. And he had to tap out. Megan Bayne versus Chris Statlander. We had a meat match. This was the women's meat match. I'm surprised they weren't chanting meat with these two. So shout out to them. We had a big meat woman match. I was about to say meat man match. We had a meat woman match, and they basically beat the hell out of each other, just pushed each other, lariats here, chops here, superplexes here, Falcon Arrow here. This was a good match. These women are both, and it's good to see Megan Bayne in there with somebody who's as big and strong as Stat. It's like being in there with Willow. That's why Willow and Stat have such good match. These women are so goddamn strong. They're so strong on top of they're big girls. And I don't mean big as in like Nia Jax big, as in like bigger girls. They're big, strong girls. So these women, well, not even girls, these women, these big, strong women could do things to each other. And it's very impressive because Megan Bayne's tall, she's strong. Finisher is the F5, for God's sakes. And you got somebody like Willow or somebody like Stat who are just strong, big, thick women. And man, these women can go, man. I love it. I love it. The women's division in every wrestling company right now, just Penelope Ford is good. Thunder Rosa, Willow. Then you got the people over there in NXT. You got Stephanie Von Kerr, and you got Julia, and you got the hell's this girl's name? She just signed over there. Y'all know who I'm talking about. It'll come back to me, but you got them over there. Main roster got a whole bunch of good women, and then AEW has good women. I mean, damn, women's wrestling is on fire. Don DeMarco for women's wrestling. So after that, we had Penelope Ford messing up Stat. She gets pushed off the top rope, hit with the F5. She loses. They're beating her up. Thunder Rosa. Now, I don't understand. What the hell was this? Okay, so this is an L. I don't know what happened here. So Thunder Rosa comes out with the chair. Penelope Ford. Now, normally, when the babyface comes out with the chair to help out, everybody gets out of there. The heels run, right? But they just stood there. Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne stood there talking shit. So Thunder Rosa is like, I'll hit you. But they didn't move. So I'm sitting there like, what the hell's going on here? So I'm sitting there like, what the hell's happening? Like, what's happening? So after that, she's like, then there's a tug of war for the chair, which kind of made no sense. And then they kind of just left. And for all of that, Thunder Rosa should have just really hit them. But I don't know if they didn't know they were supposed to leave the ring. I mean, that's like standard 101. That's like the babyface comes to make the save and the heels, hey, we out of here, we out of here. So I don't know what happened there. That made Thunder Rosa look bad.
Nope.
Not her fault, but I don't know what happened if they didn't know they were supposed to leave. But that did not make Thunder Rosa look good at all.
Nope.
Stop the cap.
We gotta do better, y'all. I don't know what's going on here, but that is an L. That's a big L. We had a big meat man match where we had the meat guys. What's his face? Big Bill. Basically in a last man standing match with Powerhouse, the Powerhouse Hobbs. And this was great because they just beat the hell out of each other as always. We had barbed wire, we had tables, and Big Bill ended up getting pushed off of the steps that were on this platform, and he got pushed onto a barbed wire table, and the barbed wire was stuck in him, so he couldn't get up, and Powerhouse Hobbs wins that. That was great. Good stuff there. Powerhouse Hobbs, keeping him strong. I would have loved to see him as champion. I mean, woo, I would have loved it. I think he needs to be champ at some point in time because the people want to cheer Powerhouse Hobbs. They really do. They want to cheer Powerhouse Hobbs. So we need to get that story, build that up, and that's going to be great. We had Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong. Good to see Orange Cassidy back. He beats Roderick Strong with the Orange Punch. And after that, Don Callis comes out and says, you know what? Get him. And then they ran out there. They started beating him up. Kenny Omega makes the save. And I don't know why. So I don't know why. Here's my thing. I don't know why if Omega said to Takeshita, see if you could beat me again, why didn't you just have the match made? Just make the Kenny Omega versus Takeshita match. Just make it. Why would you have Orange Cassidy come back to fight Roderick Strong to then the winner goes and fights Takeshita for the title when Omega said at the pay-per-view or at the Grand Slam that I want you to fight me and see if you could beat me a third time. So for all of that, you should have just made that match. Instead, you make this match. Now, Orange Cassidy is going to go fight Takeshita, but we don't expect him to win, and then after that match, you're going to make Omega and Takeshita? Why even do that? Orange Cassidy comes back. Why? Just have him chill out and have him fight somebody else, or have him fight Kenny Omega. But then you don't want that to happen, or have Omega build himself up to get to fight for that international title. I don't understand. That made no sense to me. But it's okay. It's okay. We're going to get a good match out of Takeshita and Orange Cassidy, where Orange Cassidy's probably not going to win. And then they'll make the match between those two. So it is what it is. Can't get mad. We'll see what happens. Timeless Tony Storm comes out and says she is proud of Mariah May for giving her the fight of her life. Storm challenged the best. She said the best is yet to come. And after that, she did I'm bowing to the people and everybody loves me and I am timeless. Shout out to Timeless Tony Storm. Good for her. That's awesome. Gabe Kidd will be fighting on Collision. Gabe Kidd is awesome at what he does, so I'm looking forward to that. Mercedes Moné absolutely has Mercedes Moné also has a title match coming up, and Prince Nana rolled up to confront Ricochet because he wants his robe back, and Ricochet said, "Come take it. I ain't giving you nothing." So he said, "Yeah, basically you two can kiss my ass, and I don't care." So what you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So shout out to the street fight between Hobbs and Big Bill. That was real good. And that was basically your show. Listen, AEW's doing it. They did their thing. We had some hit or miss stuff on this show. The street fight was good. Megan Bane and Chris was good. The opening conversations between Hangman and MJF was good. But the stuff with Orange Cassidy and Kenny Omega and Orange Cassidy looking at the title. So are you going to make a triple threat match? What are we doing? That was kind of weird. I don't know why they did that like that. But hey, it was still good to see. It was still awesome to see. It was good stuff. So that's where we are. That's what we're doing. So that's all I got for you guys today. Looking forward to talking about SmackDown and Collision this weekend. There will be a video either Saturday afternoon or Sunday. It depends on what I got going on in real life. And I'll put the video out, if not Friday. If not Saturday afternoon, I'll put it out Sunday. So I'm out. Catch y'all later. As always, we will catch you on the next one. Appreciate all the love and all the subscribers. Starting Monday, the first 5 comments on my shorts or on the long form video, I will be responding to. So look out for that. That is starting Monday of next week. As for me, I am out. Everybody be safe. Enjoy the